The Supreme Court has made a decision on Trump's immunity from prosecution, and it's sparking a lot of reactions.
One dissenting Supreme Court justice says it pretty much turns the president into a king above the law. Political reporter Paris Schutz has the latest, plus local reaction to this. Paris.
Yes, Sylvia and Terrence, a lot of strong reaction. The 6-3 decision means President Trump does indeed enjoy immunity from criminal prosecution if his actions stem from an official act as president. But a president does not enjoy immunity if the criminal activity stems from an unofficial act.
Trump hails today's decision as a, quote, big win for our Constitution and democracy. But what it means for his January 6 prosecutions is unclear. The ruling opinion says immunity is needed to, quote, safeguard the independence and effective functioning of the executive branch and to enable the president to carry out his constitutional duties without undue caution. But that immunity does not extend to conduct outside the scope of the job.
The president goes out to dinner and gets in a fist fight. And yes, he can be charged with assault and battery because that's not in his official capacity. Clearly, that's what the court ruled.
The question, were his alleged attempts to overturn the results of a free and fair election within the scope of his official duties? The court says the lower courts will have to figure that out. Carolyn Shapiro, head of the Institute for the Study of the Supreme Court at IIT Kent College of Law and a former Supreme Court law clerk, says the decision is, quote, shocking.
One of the many things about this opinion that I find shocking is that they cannot bring themselves to say that anything that happened in the lead up to or on January 6th was an unofficial act. Surely, trying to overthrow an election to stay in power cannot be an official act.
In a blistering dissent, Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor predicted a president could now get away with staging a coup or assassinating a political rival. Quote, the relationship between the president and the people has shifted irrevocably, Sotomayor writes. In every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law. And the local reaction has been fast and furious as well. Illinois Senator and Senate Judiciary Chair Dick Durbin says, quote, today's ultra-conservative Supreme Court majority ruled that not just Donald Trump, but future presidents may be immune from abusing the levers of government to overturn an election or engage in other misconduct. Meanwhile, Governor Pritzker says January 6, quote, was the act of a despotic narcissist attempting to overthrow our democracy to cling to power, and he needs to answer for his actions. The ruling also says a president is presumed immune in certain official actions unless proven otherwise. Shapiro says the opinion creates more questions than answers.
So we just don't know what really the standard is for determining the difference between unofficial and official, determining the difference between things that are presumptively immune and absolutely immune.
A lot to sort through in this decision. Legal observers believe the ruling would not apply to the Mar-a-Lago documents case, even though Trump's attorneys will likely argue that it does. The fate of the January 6th case is less clear, but one thing is certain, it will make special counsel Jack Smith's job a bit harder. Sylvia and Terrence.